Flesh and Blood Gamers, we are back. This is all in together. We are doing some more gameplay review. I am playing with my teammate Josh. We're doing some practice matches with the new Jarl deck and Olympia. I think some people have been having trouble with this, and it's a tough one. I'll say this is kind of like a much more mid-range, defensive, kind of grindy Azalea that can be pretty hard to block out. But we've been practicing this a bit. It's a really fun matchup. We played a couple games, but I think this one shows best how kind of Jarl can get ahead and kind of shrink Olympia down. So let's get into the game here. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys are liking the new deck, liking the spoilers, and what matchups you want to see. So we're running 62. I'm tossing the staunches in because they're pretty helpful. This game gets fatiguey, but I don't think we need to add too many extra cards. I think adding too many cards makes this worse, and I really like the block armor. So he gets to go first. So I think we're looking to try to block with our Earth cards, keep our extenders. So he's just going to swing the Grail. I think it's fine to block 6 here because we can effectively block 10 if we want to. And if he goes above this, he loses his arsenal. So that's fine. Total overpower goes to 7. I think about it, I'm like, do I want to react here? I think ultimately it makes sense to react here because it's not just 1 point of damage, it's also the Grain's trigger. So it's a point of damage and it's a resource. So 2 value I think is worth using the sink below. 1, I may not use it, I may save it for later. But we'll keep a nice extender here. Sprout Strength is great. And this is interesting. We can't plow under. What do we do here? We could just send Mangle for 10. We can send it for 11. It probably makes sense to send it for 11. Yeah, I think it's just like sending like a big Thunderquake to start the game. This is pretty fine. 4-card 11 is not ideal. There's no on hit on this. But this is Earth in the graveyard. This is stuff we want. So this is some pressure that he has to deal with. And basically all of our decomposes for the rest of the game should be pretty live. Alright, so he's going to money where your mouth is, which is a great wager. And on a Nourishing Emptiness. This is tough. Okay. So this is coming in for 9 Dominate, and he can react on this one. He can pump this up with cards like Throw Into the Muck, or what's the other one? It's not Cut the Deck. It's a 0 for 3 wage card. I forget what it's called, but it's... I think on this hand, I end up blocking with Gloves and Shield, and then I pulse it to cover 10. Because I don't want him to get the extra ins. I don't want him to get this gold here. But the important thing here is I'm using the shield, so he can't Into the Muck my pulse. And then we're saving our D-React for later. I think we could also give more armor, block with Sink Below, and then play a CLF and Hammer, and then like pitch the pulse for later, but this felt like it was a good use of value here. Getting 3 is fine. Not ideal, but is what it is. Hoping he has to block this with a card. He's on a flat 60. I'm on a little bit more than 60. I'm on 62 in this matchup. This gets grindy. There's a kind of an endgame pattern we'll talk about towards the end of the game here, but we really want to kind of keep him off of gold and make him play fair. All right, this is Oakenold, baby. What do we do here? I mean, you can just play Felling, but I really want to Oakenold here. I think I give Shield, Chest, and D-React. Yeah. Because if he wants to do the play, he has to like if he wants to play this react here, he has to give me 2 cards. So we are getting like a lot of value out of the Stalagmite. So I'll cover. And then yeah, he'll take the upper hand. That's what the card's called. But yeah, he's pitching the Iron Song for later, which is good to keep track of. But take the upper hand is a card we have to think about. So we'll take some damage here, but we'll send back an Oakenold, which is a good place to be. He'll ultimately fridge it, but like this is not a cheap thing for him to have to deal with. And then we can Arsenal Felling, so as soon as we find a root bound, we're in business. It's important just to show him the crumble. We don't want to give him extra information if we don't have to. Yep, fridges and cards. Sure, so we'll hold them. Check raise. I'm sure he wants to save that for later. That makes sense. So this will come in for 7. Can't really take advantage of the extra resource, but it's okay. We can just block 9 and then felling him back. I think it's pretty reasonable. So we're a fair bit ahead on life here. We have, I would say, similar equipment suites right now. He's pretty depleted, and I've used a bit of my armor, but not all of it. Like to get rid of the ones we really don't want to recur. Catch him on a hand with too many blues, just fine. But we're still kind of winning the value trade here. I don't know if that's the right block. I think I can probably just maybe block with Autumn's Touch. I guess the big reason I did that is I wanted him to arsenal. If I overblock there, I force him into arsenaling, and it allows me to steal his arsenal with Plow Under. We're a little behind on the fatigue race here, but we are way up in life. We're about 15 life up, which is great. He's keeping all his cards. So we'll see what this looks like. Oh, beautiful. My favorite new card. Oh, this turn's sick. I love this turn. All right, so he goes for the Rakeback. Rakeback, very importantly, talks about equipment, not armor. So this is going to come in for, I think, like 14. So we already got a lot of value out of our shield here. It's kind of what's allowed us to get this life lead. So if we play in a way now where we can get our shield back, that's awesome. So we should block 15 and keep our well-grounded up. Because if he goes to react, all of his reacts are 0 for 3s. He doesn't have a 0 for 4 pump. So if we block our hand 12, give hat and gloves. We could give chest here. Chest is kind of 3 value. We should have given chest here, actually. I think chest is a better block. That actually saves us so, yeah. That's some good for me to kind of watch back and get the 6. So we block with chest, that's a lot better. And how this works is you can't, so if I like block with my crown here and I win the wager, I can't get my crown back. But I can get my shield back. Or like my well-grounded. Because like if I use my well-grounded, I could pop it and get it back, but like Stalagmite is much better than well-grounded. I think he and I are talking it over here, thinking about like other playlines we could have made, but I did not realize just how valuable Bark Skin would have been here. So that's something for me to think about. So he'll Arsenal pass. We still have the life lead here, which is good. We're behind on cards, but we could make it up. Bummer to lose my my gloves here. So we have the gloves. We could just block a CNC, send Crumble, or pitch Crumble to glove, send 10 dominate, and take his Galea. Would love to block here a little more maybe, but we can't. Oh well. So I think this is a fine time to just block a CNC and deal with it, because he does have an arsenal, but there's a play line actually I really like here where we can pitch a card to Crumble, or to gold, and then cast Mangle and then arsenal our last card. And so like where Terra Sunder's not a embarrassing arsenal, we can look for a lot of other cards that maybe we could arsenal much better. So I think it's something to think about when you play Olympia is how can you use his gold against him, and this is great. This is one of our best targets for arsenal we can get, is we get the Sink Below, we threaten Galea, we threaten Golden Grail, or Golden Gate. So he has to give me cards here, otherwise I take armor. Right, this is an opportunity for us to use our felling. Well, this is good. So we can just block with a card here. We can look to... We have enough earth to do this. Sure, Galea, it goes to 5. And then takes the upper hand. Great. So we can block with Rebound. And then Pop Boots to full cover this. He'll Into the Muck my reaction. I think he should have waited for me to Pop Boots first. And then keeping him off gold here is really important. It limits his free swings, and his game plan at the end is going to try to all-in me to kill me. So just like making sure he can't get his gold, taking his Galea, getting my own gold is really powerful. And then every attack he makes the rest of the game, he has to consider if I'm going to let him play for free. Like, I can always Stalagmite it. We're now pretty late into the game, and I still have a brand new shiny Stalagmite that's fully refreshed. We're turn 8 here. So we've really kind of started to turn through the decks. We've seen a lot of our threats. He's below half HP. This is awkward. What is this? I guess you just like block with Channel and then send Hammer for 7 with Sprout Strength. And sit on your staunch, and we just keep track of his Into the Mucks. So we're in like we have a life lead here. I think we're in control of the game, so our staunch has become a lot better because he wants to look to Into the Muck aggressively to get his own hits through, where we can kind of sit on the staunch and protect ourselves. But if you're behind, I think they're much more likely to be able to abuse like their reactions, where you're kind of having to play second instead of them. So this is coming in for almost half his life at this point, so he really has to be able to convert his hand and pressure back, because we're up 16 life at this point. His hand just loves to block, that's fine. The Stalagmite's not a great block here. I think I could probably block with Bark Skin. Like, get an extra 3 on this. Iron Song's fine. That's like, sure. Because there's no wager on this. I guess it's not a big deal. I don't really need to block more. It's block for value. Winter's Bite's awesome. He does have the Vigor, so it kind of covers over it, but making him pitch here. So we found the all-in. We know where it's going. It's going to the bottom of his deck. So in about, what is that, 8 turns, he'll have it again? Roughly. Maybe a little less. So on turn 18 is something we got to think about. So I could try to like staunch this, but I don't think this is a hand that I really care to keep. I think this is one where I go, okay, cool, I block 9. And if he wants to like pop over, like, yeah, I think this is like, if we use the bark skin earlier, it's like much better for us. But this actually creates a really interesting scenario now because we have the vigor. This looks like CNC Pummel. He doesn't know what my deck list looks like into him, but it's he gave me basically the tunic counter, where he has to think about what does this look like. So he just says, if you have it, you have it. Don't have it, unfortunately, we're not in this matchup, but it's pretty good. Oh my goodness, what a hand here. So we can de-react him, and then go Sprout Strength and Ancient Earth Oak. So we have it into the muck, and we have a Rake back. That's fine. We'll just block this for 3. If he reacts it here, actually no, we can block for 4. It's fine. If he reacts, he reacts. What are we gonna do? We're gonna hit him hard back. We're gonna basically take his whole hand. We're still a little behind on fatigue here, but this is a lot of damage, and this will take a lot from him. Luckily, we're up a lot on life. Like Golden Company, I think, yeah. Frostbite doesn't matter too much, but still, this is not an amazing hand here. Wish this was a little better, but is what it is. I think I crack a gold to see if I can make this a little better. Unfortunately, we can't, but we haven't seen any Oakenolds, I believe. We've seen one Oakenold, and this is pretty late in the game. I think he and I like talked this out a little bit, because I'm like, okay, we're on what, turn 13? So we're getting close to the bottom of the deck. So I go, wait, hold on a second, let me, because I think he and I are like both rethinking this. So we're playing pretty quickly on this matchup, so like we should play slower like we actually play on paper, but is what it, it's okay. This is practice, we're learning. I think it's ultimately better for me to pitch the D-reacts for the end of the game, and then hold on to my crumble so I can play to the Oakenolds that are probably in the next 10, 12 cards here. Yeah, I think this is just us going back and forth on like, hey, what do we, yeah, Shin's blocks for, takes 1, we IP that, and then we find our, great, this is a great, and so, great, not quite pitch deck here, but, great hand for us here at the end of the game. We keep the Oakenold, and then we can pressure with the Ancient Earth Oak. I think we're out of Winter's Bites, but that would be a nice like extender here. Yeah, both Winter Bites are gone, and I'm all out of Sprout Strengths, so we don't have any of my like natural extenders in this matchup, but we're still pressuring pretty hard. He'll Golden Company, so this one doesn't hit, but still takes a lot of his resources. What do you know? Another Oakenold. Say that's fine. We can take 4. You know what? Actually, no. I think this is okay to staunch this. We go staunch. I don't know. Oh, I remember. I thought this was a sick blow, but I was like, I think it's fine. It's whatever. We just cast the Oakenold here. This one should hit, hopefully. I think he's out of Golden Companies. He doesn't have quite enough armor to cover this with a card. we're kind of catching back up here in fatigue. And we're going to take a lot of tempo here. Sword. Oh man, what a beautiful hand we have here. I think I don't know if I should staunch this here, but I'm just like, hey, listen, I'm just kind of IPing. No, I think I just block with Plowhunter. I don't know. Oh yeah, because he goes. Yeah, no, I think this is perfectly reasonable for me to staunch now. He goes, hold on. Yep. That's fine. We'll Ancient Earth Oak, and then we'll Arsenal the Felling. It's really kind of crazy, just like how much this feels like it's It feels better than Plow, I think. It's just like a second punch to like Felling. It's like Plow is kind of third string now, and that like attack tier list, or like maybe even fourth behind Oakenold. But anyway, this is just like such a this deck is so much more threat dense. You can just go like Ancient Earth Oak, Felling of the Crown, Plow Under, CNC, Oakenold. Mangle is there. I don't know. Maybe Mangle leaves the deck at one point. I don't know. I'd like to keep it, but like so many of these better on hits are just in the deck now. They're so much more interesting. I go to block this, but I realize I think we have a much better play, is don't block this at all. And then we go Fruits, Everbloom. Fruits, Everbloom. So actually, this is fine. We just take the 3. We go to 17. And then if we would like recurrent Oakenold here. Oops, I mess up. Having some Tower Jar lag, I think. A lot of people are playing right now. People are excited for the new set. I know I am. This is gonna be a really cool time for Fab. Set 20 is looking peak. So we got the 22. We'll grab our Oakenold back and send another Felling here. Pretty much stripping his hand. His hand's kind of medium. No, this hand's actually fine. We just play CLF and Hammer. We block. Yeah, this is perfect. It was like, we could try to Terrace under here, but I think it's bait. I think we just like ice him out, keep taking cards from him. His hand's kind of dog poo-poo, but God, what do you do here? I think he's like block with Autumn's Touch. I mean, like he's just like so low on stuff. We can Terrace under here and like take the last of his armor. And I'm pretty sure he's Adept D-Reacts. He donkeys me. Sure. They'll make some gold. That's fine. So it's up to 3 gold down, so his all-in is worth 6. Not super scary. And this will take a card and the last bits of his armor. It's our last into the muck, so now our staunches are safe. We're about even on card. He's at 16, I'm at 14, but I've got, you know what, about 4 or 5 cards worth of life on him. 4 cards worth of life. But Staunch kind of counts a little bit for a little more than that, so We can't really ever loop him out because he does have a pretty good weapon, and he is the all-in here. So it's 3 gold, not quite enough. But the big endgame loop he looks to play to here is with riches and all-in. He kind of has a 5 value weapon if you squint, which makes him pretty powerful. We'll get back in Everbloom Life. Maybe we should get back Winter's Bite, but I think we're in a pretty cozy spot at this point in the game. So we're just taxing him at this point because now he's pretty much has to give us a card for the rest of the game. So he's permanently like a smaller, basically you're kind of permanently IPing him. We have a very funny line here where we can play Ison and then swing with Ice Aged Oak because he has no armor left. It's guaranteed to hit. And then we can freeze him out with Mount Ison. So we'll block whatever he sends with Staunch, pitching Plow Under, and then we get to end the game with Mount Ison and Ice Age Oak here. It's fine. We can go 7. He'll go Rake Back. Oh, he Rake Backs this. Maybe we have to. Oh, right, because I can just shield it. Yep, never mind. We're good. He ups the ante. Okay. So I think I have to change my plans here. Yeah, because now this is coming in for 12 with a Rake Back, so I can just fully freeze him out here, and I can grab a piece of armor. Fun fact, when you decompose your armor, you can't get it back with Rake Back. So we have to get back our just Crown of Providence. So, something to think about, because I wasn't thinking about it. But now he's down to 1 gold, so his all-in is basically a bad Sharpened Steel. So we find our Oakenold. Now we can just send the Plow Under. No need to decompose and just arsenal the Oaken. Block 6 to be safe. He draws Dead Me, which is a bummer. So I have to discard a card. Totally forgetting that that card exists. So the game lasts a little bit longer. But we're, again, taxing him. This is a kill hand here, which is sweet. We could Oakenold Fuse, but it's funnier if we don't. Oh, no, because I need to swap my card out. So here, I Providence. I got bottom like Everbloom. Yeah, find the Crumble and say, okay, cool. I kill you with the funny card. We can kill him with Oakenold, but I think it's we get the style points here. He'll deal 3, we'll go to 15. He'll make his gold. He really builds gold so quickly. With no 4 blocks left, he blocks 1. Blocks 3, takes 1, and then it gets frozen by Ice Aged Oak, and then CMI will trigger at the start of his turn. So this one went really well for us, but I think the big key in this game we had was us blocking out pretty much every on hit early. And like, he's at 4 here, but he wasn't at, like, he was at 1 just like a second ago. Like, he really never had a lot of gold this whole game. He's like had the most gold at the end of the game, very end there. He broke armor to think he could rake it back, and we were able to keep him off that, and allowed us to kind of keep freezing him out, which was really impactful. But this matchup's a ton of fun. We played a couple, and I think this was kind of the best margin I had on the games, but this matchup feels really good, feels really winnable. Just important to kind of keep him off of his win streaks. But thank you for watching, and look for more videos soon.